Movies are weird!
Hey, there's a new King Kong movie this week, and even though it's meant to be some kind of tie-in to that Godzilla remake I found mostly kinda tedious, it looks like for this one they remembered that a monster movie should be, about the monsters, and also have some goddamn fun with the premise. I mean, even if it's bad, it still kinda looks like the most expensive movie Doug McClure ever made, so I'm expecting to be a happy camper. Hell, I think I saw a shot in the trailers where Kong was fighting a giant octopus. How can I not want to see that? In any case, in this business, the release of a new King Kong movie is the occasion for us internet video, nerd culture, curation persons to fish for runoff traffic by running episodes about other crazy weird monkey movies. Yes, I know he's an ape, not a monkey, let's not be fucking pedantic. And from the looks of things, the usual suspects like King Kong Escapes, King Kong Lives, etc. are all recently spoken for, and I'd hate to step on anybody's toes. Besides, I got plenty of other obscure ape movies to show off. So this week, I shall introduce you to Nagisa Oshima's Max Mon Amour. Released in 1987, Max Mon Amour is a French-Japanese-American co-produced art house comedy set in Paris. It stars Anthony Higgins and Charlotte Rampling, because of course she's in this, as the British ambassador to France, Peter Jones, and his wife Margaret, who are basically living a damn near utopian existence. They've got a gorgeous Parisian apartment, a doting young maid, an adorable son, and they've both enthusiastically embraced the ideal of French sexual libertinism to an extent that it doesn't register as a big deal to either of them that he's fooling around with his secretary and she's carrying on casual affairs with a mutual friend and possibly maybe also her best girlfriend. Like, it's not directly stated to be the case, but the girlfriend is kind of clingy and direct, and they're both always showing up at her house with bouquets, but whatever. The point is, they've got one comfortable, ultra-modern, no-worries, upscale existence happening. What could possibly go wrong?
Hello, Hélène? Margaret n'est pas chez toi? Elle devait venir.
Ça va, toi?
Where have you been?
I was at Hélène's.
Well, one day, Peter begins to suspect that his wife has been having an affair that he doesn't know about with another mystery person whose downtown apartment she's been quietly paying for. Proper English gentleman that he is, Peter goes to confront the adulterous pair in the most properly English version of this scenario that you can imagine.
Sir, I'm this lady's husband. Get up, please. N'ayez pas peur. Nous n'allons pas en faire un drame.
Levez-vous, s'il vous plaît. Je n'ai aucune arme.
Until we find out who her new lover actually is. Yeah, that would be Max, and this is actually the premise of the movie. Margaret has been sneaking off to have sex with a chimpanzee she adopted from a local zoo. And Max's introduction scene also serves as the tone setter for the entire rest of the film. Peter, someone else, or presumably the audience, reacts to this insanity with some variation on "what the hell," and Charlotte Rampling stares back quizzically as though we are the ones being weird about the situation. Lather, rinse, and repeat.
Just tell me one thing frankly. Is this monkey really your lover?
Yes.
Now, what's clearly going on here is Oshima, who at the time was best known for Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence and the similarly scandalous In the Realm of the Senses, having some satirical fun via his outsider's perspective on the logical extremes of idealized French sexual adventurousness and idealized British stiff-upper-lipism crashing into each other at full speed. Margaret refuses to stop seeing Max and also has no interest in abandoning her family, so Peter decides that Max should just move into the apartment with them and they can just all smile politely as though this was all perfectly normal, which is put to the test in the film's most famous scene where Max joins them for a dinner party with friends and gradually makes everyone very, very uncomfortable.
Tu veux manger? Max? Max, fais pas ça! Arrête!
Il est très attaché à Margaret.
Oui, en effet.
Max.
J'imagine que c'est un mâle.
In case you were wondering, since an adult chimpanzee actually interacting with human actors like this would be pretty goddamn dangerous, Max is actually an incredibly impressive prosthetic ape suit consulted on by Rick Baker and inhabited by legendary creature suit actress Elsa Burke, who today is probably best known for a 4-year stint doing choreography and creature work for Doctor Who.
Shake his hand. Max? Max?
How are you this morning?
But yeah, otherwise, a movie that's basically about bestiality is made to play out with the exact same rhythms, beats, performances, and staging as one of those family comedies where an exasperated father deals with a ridiculous nuisance of a pet that the rest of the family adores but keeps upending his life. Except, Bonnie Hunt wasn't fucking Beethoven.
You never loved me like that.
Though it's not exactly clear that that's what Rampling is doing either. The film never actually shows what Margaret and Max get up to on their own, and Peter becomes so obsessed with proving that she's not actually involved with him in that way that he spends much of the second act consulting various people as to whether or not the mechanics of it are even possible.
I have a friend who lives all alone with a huge dog. She's divorced. Everyone wonders about you.
You mean the dog's her lover?
Well, it's not impossible.
Au Canada, pendant la guerre, un ours faisait l'amour avec deux femmes.
Ooh la la.
And what about with the monkey?
What about what with a monkey?
Could a horse fall in love with a snake? Or with a cherry tree?
How awful.
Why? Do you think it's any harder than with a dog?
Oh, yes. Besides, it's so quick, 2 or 3 seconds, and it's all over.
Really? That fast?
Well, see for yourself.
But if it did happen, especially with a woman, it would make a terrific book.
Eventually losing his mind in the process.
Peter, have you gone mad?
Max? Max, what are you doing?
Margaret, the key, quick!
For what it's worth, once you get past the inherent no of the premise, and again, part of the joke is that we see the exact same nothing of the relationship that Peter does, Mon Amour is an absurdly funny movie, relying on the well-established comedy formula of watching people try to keep their heads in an increasingly bonkers situation. In fact, it's such an effective use of such familiar comic staging, you might find yourself wondering why they never remade this for Americans. And then you remember, oh right, the chimp fucking.
You can look through the keyhole. If that's what turns you on.
But it does keep up that same rhythm all the way to a sort of haphazard final act involving Margaret visiting her sick mother, Max losing the will to live without her around, a reunion where Max briefly runs away in the countryside, and a triumphant return home, like with a literal cheering parade through the streets of Paris, that's all about our, I guess, hero learning to stop worrying and just go along with it, symbolized by a subplot about the family's maid having to quit because she's allergic to Max, but returning upon realizing that she was actually allergic to Peter's bad moods. And everybody lives happily ever after. No, really.
N'êtes-vous pas allergique au poil de singe?
Non, non, monsieur. Le docteur m'a expliqué que c'est pas du tout la faute de Max. En fait, je suis allergique à vous.
Astonishingly, a film partially in French centered on Charlotte Rampling having a sexual dalliance with an animal was not widely popular in 1987, but Mon Amour is pretty easy to find on DVD now, and is absolutely worth seeking out for fans of offbeat comedy, especially in the vein of classic Louis Buñuel farces like The Exterminating Angel, The Discreet Charm of the Bourgeoisie, or The Phantom of Liberty, a few of which shared a producer and writer with Max and were a clear influence on the film. So, don't say I never introduced you to anything classy or sophisticated on this show.
Au Japon, autrefois, on racontait une très belle histoire d'amour entre un cheval et une jeune fille.
Un cheval?
Max. Non, touche pas à ça!
Hey gang, here's a question that keeps coming up. If your handle is moviebob, where are your movie reviews? Well, my old reviews are in a lot of places. You'll find many of them on my YouTube channel, but you'll find the brand new ones on geek.com, an awesome site that's also your one-stop news source for science, TV, gaming, technology, nerd culture, the works. You can find all my reviews directly by going to geek.com/author/bchipman, because that's my real name, and you can get regular updates on all my reviews and all of geek.com's other great content by signing up for their kick-ass newsletter at subscribe.geek.com. And don't forget to also subscribe to the Geek.com YouTube channel, where you'll find the videos that accompany my reviews and tons of other great content too. Remember, that's Geek.com, the Geek.com newsletter, and Geek.com on YouTube. Make sure you don't miss out on all the latest MovieBob reviews. You can also check out my own new website, MovieBob Central, where you'll find my blog, links to all my work, and shop for my books, ebooks, and future MovieBob products. And please remember to like these videos, share them with all of your friends, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching another MovieBob production.